Hey everyone, it's Lisa, and today is Wednesday, and I'm back. The original wing liner, big hair girl is back. So some of you may have seen Tammy's video where she did the heatless curls with her bathrobe belt. So I did it last night, and it was not, I wouldn't say it's hard, but it wasn't as easy as she made it look. I found that it was easier for me if I did not look in the mirror to keep the pieces straight. But I took it out this morning and I love it. John liked it too. He was here when I took it out and it was hilarious, you know, just sleeping with that. So, and I have not really brushed out my curls. I actually just, let me stand up so you can see a little bit more. I actually just took the end of that comb that I got from Amazon. I love that comb, and I do that a lot, and I just took the end of the comb and kind of pulled them out, because as you can see, my hair is naturally kind of frizzy anyway, and it's just been raining here all week. So I know if I were to brush them out or really try to separate every curl, they're going to just go to frizz. So I just decided I'm going to go with the curls today. I was thinking last night what video I wanted to make today, and I was thinking, oh, I might do an easy wing liner or something like that, because I'm kind of coming right off of that video I did with Marnie, Miss Gold Girl, where we did the trading faces. And so that is like fresh in my mind. So I knew I wanted to come back full force with my signature look: lashes, contour, wing liner, lip liner, glossy lips, tan, bronzy skin, and everything, my black dress. And I was thinking about it this morning, and I was just thinking about my signature style. And just, I think what really made me think about it, I was watching a video with Raw Christy Beauty. And she was doing a video, and at the end of the video, she said, you know, how many videos that she makes, and they never make it to YouTube because she thinks nobody cares about this, or how comparing yourself to others just makes you feel inadequate. And that is like a big thing here on YouTube. You cannot help but compare yourself to other YouTubers, you know. So it'll be a day that you're feeling so down, and you click on and somebody else has the best thumbnail and the best video idea, and you just feel you go from hero to zero just like that. Along with that, then I was thinking of my personal style, how I came to this style and how I feel. And you know, I thought to myself, I am going to go for it. I'm going to do a video on this. I know some may not want to hear it, but I feel very, very passionate about this. And I probably have some ideas and views that you guys probably don't think that I do, you know, that will surprise you. And this might be rambly because I have so many thoughts on this. It's something that I have thought about for so long, even before YouTube. And I will say that, first of all, your personal style has really, one, it's always been with you, probably since you were a child. You probably have always loved basically the same thing. What changes is your confidence, and what changes is your awareness of what you like, and what changes is how you react to others and how you let that affect how you think and how you dress, carry yourself, and everything else. You guys, if you've been with me here on YouTube, you have seen me. I've been here for, I guess, going on 11 years, and you have seen me go through some just horrendous style tragedies, hair tragedies, and everything else. But if you'll notice, in the last, I would say, I don't know, probably last 5 years, I have stayed basically the same. I may have tried some different looks. I may have tried some different hairstyles or something, but I've basically come to grips with how I feel the best. And I have come to grips with other people not liking it. And I would say the biggest thing that you have to come to grips with is your style is not going to be for everyone. And you have to let people know that you don't expect it to be, especially here on YouTube. I don't think that my style is for everyone. Not only do I not think everyone likes it. I don't think it would look good on everyone. I would never, ever suggest that my mom put on black wing liner and false lashes. That is not her. That is not her beauty. That's not her style. And I was thinking of so many stories when I was doing my makeup today to tell you guys, and I hope I don't forget any of them. But one time, this was years ago, probably, I would say probably 4 or 5 years ago. And see, Brooke is 20 now, so I would say, yeah, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, we were over at my mom's, and you know, my mom was she's always worn makeup, always worn like mascara, maybe a little bit of eyeshadow, blush, foundation, lip liner, lipstick, but she's never done a whole lot to her eyes. One of the reasons is probably because she wears glasses. And she was just, you know, experimenting that week or so with some eyeliner. And so we went, my dad and the guys were in the living room, and so Brooke and I went with her back in her bedroom, and I was trying to put on winged liner. I don't even know if I was winging out. I think I was just putting on liner, not even lashes. And Brooke started crying. And she was a teenager, you know, old enough for it to be something weird. You know, she just started crying because she did not want her nanny to look different. And, you know, that is so telling. We all have our own look, and when you do something different, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. And I always think it's good to experiment. But I just thought that was so telling of, I didn't like it, she didn't like it, and my mom didn't like it. It just wasn't her. And then another story, this kind of goes with fashion. Another story I can think of is I went through a lot of kind of thinking about all of this and trying different styles after I had Brooke, after I became a mom. Let's see, I had her when I was 29, and I, you know, in my late 20s was, you know, I had kind of I hate to say bad marriage, a marriage that I learned a lot from, that just didn't work out up until 25 or 26. And I had been with him since I was like 19. And when I got out of that marriage, I really, really just learned so much about myself. I started feeling so much better about myself. And I feel like I felt like I looked like the best I'd looked in a while, or ever looked. You know, I felt really good. And then you go and get pregnant. I gained like 60 pounds with Brooke or more. I had the swelling, the edema. I mean, I just was so swollen. It was unbelievable. And after I had her, I lost the weight just really quick because it was basically mostly water weight. And so I kind of got into experimenting with how I wanted to look as a mom. And one particular day, I can remember just every word. My best friend Mary, that lives in West Virginia, she had come to visit, and she and I, one thing we always used to do is, oh, here's the UPS guy. We would get Brooke all dressed up, put her in the stroller, and go to the mall or go shopping. And so that day, in a little backstory, when I met John, I drove a black Corvette. I had always had sports cars. And then when I got pregnant, it got to be hard to get in and out of that car. And so I got my first, I think I had one 4-door before this, but I got my first real 4-door. I got a little white Mercedes. And so, you know, the new car, I was a new mom. I was kind of thinking, did I want to get into that whole like preppy mom thing, you know? And I like that look so much. And that's the thing, is you can love other looks and just not feel good when you try it on yourself. And so that is what happened here, is I started getting the long Bermuda shorts instead of wearing my cutoff denim shorts. I, you know, started dressing as like a mom, but I wanted to be kind of like, I had this vision of being just like a conservative, classy mom. And so one day, Mary and I and Brooke went to the mall, and I just needed to run in I think I was running in Sears to exchange some shoes I had gotten for Brooke or something. And so I ran up there. Mary stayed in the car with Brooke. And when I got back, she said, Lisa, she said something like, Lisa, you look so pretty or something. You look so different. And I said, I do? And she said, yeah. I said, well, how do I look? When you looked at me, how did I look? And that's one thing I'm pretty good about is I ask people, what they think. And another thing you need to think about is you can ask anyone what they think, but the people you really need to pay attention to are the people that really love you. People that love you, love your heart, love you like family, and without a doubt want you to look, feel, and just be your best. That is the people that you listen to. So make sure when you are listening to advice that it is truly someone who knows how you feel. They know who you are. And so that day she said, I said, well, really? I said, how do I look? And she said, you look like a woman who has a rich husband. Exactly what she said is, you look like you have a woman that has a rich husband instead of just a hot girl with a baby. And oh my gosh, that hit me like a ton of bricks. I don't want to be the woman who looks like she has a rich husband. I wanted to be the hot girl with a baby. And so right then I stopped that mindset. That is not what I wanted to look like. And it was kind of like a realization for me too. And I've had several things happen like that. And this is another thing that happened with Brooke. Do you guys, if you've been here with me long enough, and I will try to link a video up here, but years and years ago, I was going to the best, probably the most expensive salon here in town. And they had not talked me into, I went right along with it, but they had gotten me to the point where I was just straight bleaching my hair every time I went in. And it was platinum white blonde, and it was just horrible. I don't know what I was thinking. I can remember walking in one day and my dad said, no. And so my hair was just destroyed. And so I don't know what the chain of events were, but I ended up cutting my hair to about right here. And I think I've done that twice now. And both times, I can say that I enjoyed it. Not both times I knew that I was going to be growing my hair out, but both times it's not that I felt like I looked bad. I didn't hate it. Got rave reviews on YouTube, but I didn't feel like me. That very night that I got my hair cut, we were going out to eat that night. I think it was like a Friday night. And I had gone back to my bathroom and was like looking at my hair and maybe freshening up my makeup. And Brooke came around the corner and she just started crying. Just crying. And I don't know how old she was at this time. I think she was in middle school, which was just an emotional time for Brooke anyway, and for us, because it was emotional for her. It was emotional for me. When I think back to that time, I feel like this sad feeling because it was just such a weird time. And she started crying, and she did not stop crying for days. She would start crying. She would stop for a little while and then start again. She could not hardly look at me without crying. And so we went to the restaurant, and I remember, John kind of fussing at her, quit crying, because it was kind of freaking me out too. And up comes our waitress, and she was like, oh, and she was like a young girl, and she says, you got your hair cut. And she looked at me like she was just devastated. And I was like, yeah. She was like, oh. And everyone, that's how they reacted. They either reacted like that, or I would get this. I can remember clear as day talking to, I think it was my friend Amanda she was at the Chanel counter at the time. And she said, you look cute. I think it looks so cute. Well, I'm not a cute girl. And it's not that I don't love cute girls. Brooke is a cute girl. I love cute girls. I know that I'm not a cute girl. I just don't have cute features. And I don't want to look cute because I know that's not me, and I'm just not a cute girl. So, those things are ways that I have been able to form how my signature style is. And even when I went with the dark hair was it a few years ago, or was it just a year ago? I guess it was probably about 2 years ago. I just have always loved Angelina Jolie. I think she is one of the most beautiful women in the world. I just love everything about her look. And there was a magazine, I got it, and John said something about the cover, and I said, I'm thinking about getting my hair done like that. And he said, yeah, go ahead, or something. He regretted saying that so bad. So, you know me, I went like the next day and got my hair done that color. And first place I stopped was my parents. My dad said, no. Immediately told me. My mom just kept looking at me, and she said, it looks good, it just doesn't look like you. And then when I got home, John just hated it so bad. And he is the type that he wasn't trying to be mean, but it was just like he couldn't help it. He's just so honest. And so I tried it, but I immediately just started, lightening it. That is, just a little trial and error there. And so the other day when Marnie asked me, did I want to do this collaboration where we switch looks, and she said, no contour, no eyeliner, no lashes. I knew right then I was not going to like how I looked. I knew it would be fun. I knew that you guys would probably enjoy, seeing me without all of those things on, but I hated it. And it's not that I need makeup to feel good. I will go without makeup any day of the week. I will go anywhere. Yesterday, I just put on face makeup and no eye makeup. I just don't like that halfway. I don't like the way my eyes look with just mascara. I just don't like it. I would rather go with no makeup at all. It's not that I feel bad without makeup. That's just not who I am. Even when I asked my mom, I sent her the picture, she was like, it looks good. You look good both ways. You just look, what did she say? It looks like a beachy look. And I understand that because it is a lighter look, but to me, a beachy look is no makeup. I just wouldn't wear any makeup to the beach. A lot of times I do wear face makeup just because I feel better, and it's like sunscreen. So I want to just give you some advice on finding your personal style and feeling confident about it. And I feel like I have a lot of experience with this because of being here on YouTube. And when you're here and when you put yourself out there, you get all kinds of feedback. And it took me a long time to learn the different types of haters. There are many different types of haters, and I want to do a video on how to handle the haters. And I just use that word. I don't necessarily think they hate you. I just think, I'm just going to call them the haters, but the negative people that insult you. And in the beginning, when someone would say something to me, I would doubt myself. I would think, do I look like a burnout Barbie? That reminds me, when Brooke was crying about my hair, and when I had it cut short, she said, I don't like it. She said, all my friends tell me you look like a Barbie, and now you don't. I mean, it was just the funniest thing. And I had to laugh. But it was serious to her, and so I took it serious. But anyway, people would tell me things, and I would doubt myself. But then I would go out in the world, and I would get so many compliments. And then I would doubt myself, And so I would say that is a thing too. Pay attention to the compliments that you get. Now, if I were to go out in the world and I would get compliments like, oh, you look so comfortable, or I don't know, there's just things that I don't want my style to be. And it's not saying that you don't want that to be your style, but we're finding our own individual style and what we feel best in. So if someone says to me, oh, Lisa, you look so comfortable, you look so casual and laid back, that's not necessarily a bad thing, and I don't take it as an insult, but I make a note of it. That's not really how I want to look. Or if someone says to me, oh, you always look so put together and glamorous. That's the kind of compliment that I like. So I kind of, I pay attention to how people react to me and the compliments that I get and who they're coming from. When I walk in my parents' house, they'll tell me. My dad will even say, I like that dress. Or he might say, that dress is a little long for you. That's not your style. Or one day he even said to me, and I loved this, my dad looked at me and said, you need to carry your wings out just a little bit more, just about 1/8 of an inch. And he was serious. And he said, listen to me, I'm telling you. And so it made me feel good that he appreciated my style. And, John is the same way. He loves that I wear lashes. He loves that I wear wing liner. He doesn't like red lipstick. He makes that clear. If I have on any lipstick that is too bright pink, too red, that's not his thing. Does that keep me from doing it? No. I still do it sometimes, and I still like it sometimes, but it's not how I feel best. And he knows that. He knows that's not me. And I think that, comes into play with his opinion. With makeup, with your hair, with your outfit, you will find your own personal style. I have pretty much, found my style. I know what I feel good in. I know I like wearing my little black dresses. It's easy. I found this one that I love. I bought 5 of them. I always have one clean. I can get dressed like that. I feel good. I have my little black yoga pants. I have several pair of them. And I will do a video on that, on different ways that you can look like you want to look and save time. And, it just doesn't take long to perfect your look or the way you feel looking good, whether it is a dress, whether it is sweatpants, whether it is biker shorts, whether it's jeans. I don't wear jeans that often. There's easy ways to do that. So I'll do another video on that because I have lots of tips on that too. You're letting yourself go, or you're letting people, I've had people say, you're letting people take away your sparkle, you're letting people get to you. And I'm like, you know what? I have, and I haven't felt good. And it comes out in my videos. And that is another thing. The more you can be, and the happier you can be with your style and your life and who you are, just the better you will be. The better you will be to your family. The better you will be in your job. The better you will be to your children. It enhances your life in every way. So I think that is what I wanted to get across to you today, is just, if you haven't perfected that style, keep trying. And pay attention to those things that I have talked about. And, don't feel bad about who you are. I always think about this. Remember when Oprah used to do like makeovers? And I think I used to love that show with Stacey London and What Not to Wear. I would just watch those over and over again because I love stuff like that. But I would always feel so sorry for some of those people, the way they talked to them, or how they radically would change their look. And I think sometimes they would try to stay within that look, but they would really, I think, sometimes go too far. And a lot of times you would see they would do a where are they now, and they would go right back to their old look. Especially, I noticed older ladies who would maybe have hair that they thought was too long for an older lady. And they would cut her hair, and it would just break my heart. And they would go look at her again, and she would be doing her hair the same way. And she would be happy. If you are happy and you feel good, that is all that matters. I used to stop by Hardee's in the mornings when I dropped Will and Brooke off at school. And I would go through Hardee's, and I know there aren't Hardee's a lot of places, but our Hardee's here in town, and I mean every one of them, is like an older person's nightclub. For some reason in the mornings it is packed full, the dining room is packed full of older couples, And like there'll be tables of men and stuff too, and they just all sit there, order breakfast, order coffee, and hang out. I think McDonald's is like that too. And I would love it when I would be in the drive-thru and there would be like couples pulling up, and they would get out of the car, and you could tell the women had dressed up a little bit. Their hair would be done, and the men would have on their pants with their belt and their hat a lot of times. And a lot of times they would hold hands walking up. And I just thought it was so beautiful. Who cares if her hair was too long, or maybe it was too blue, or maybe it was too red and she used a box color, or maybe her shoes were old lady shoes or something. They were so happy, and they were having so much fun, and they felt so good in that moment, you could tell. And I just think that that is all that matters. I just think you need to find the way that you feel the best. Experiment if you have not found that way. I think YouTube is very good for that. You know, don't compare yourself to others. What is it? Comparison is the thief of joy. Here on YouTube, it is very, very easy for me to compare myself to other channels, to other people. And it has a lot of times gotten me down. And I have to stop myself and think, I have it made. I love this. I love you guys. You guys are my friends. I have found people that I can be friends with that love all the same things I do. I have everything I could want, and I just try not to even let that bother me. In my real life, I'm not really as much into that. I don't compare myself to a lot of people. I'm not a competitive person or a jealous person, and that really helps. And, you know, I have found my own style, like with my home. It might not be like everyone else's, but I just love it here. And I don't want to live in a neighborhood where everybody is worried about what flower I put here or there, or what color I paint my door, or what is going on. You know, I just love being here. And so I've just learned a lot. I have really learned a lot in my almost 50 years, and I would love to share that with you. Especially, I think I just have an extra passion for women in general. I've never been someone who just dislikes other women. That's one of the reasons I've never been able to understand the women that have been mean to me, because when I look at other women, to me, if I were to ever say, I almost feel like it's like a child. Why would you ever want to hurt a child? Why would you ever want to hurt another woman's feelings? That would destroy me. I never want to hurt anyone's feelings. And so that was hard for me to understand. And I understand a little bit more about it now. I think I took it too serious for one thing. So I guess I just want to wrap this up and say this is how I feel best. And I love trying new stuff. I don't mind going without makeup at all. I go without makeup, I wouldn't say all the time, because I love wearing makeup, and I appreciate so many different looks. I just think that, you know, there are just some people that I would hate with wing liner and lashes. I just think you have to do what looks best, how you feel best, and what goes with your vibe. And I just think feeling good about it is the main thing. If you feel good about how you look, then you just need to stick with it. So for accessories today, I decided I would just do my quintessential Lisa look. And I've got on my Sheila Fajl hoops. My curls are caught. My Dean Davidson castle ring. This is the blue topaz. It is gorgeous. And my Kiss nails that I love, you guys. I just put on a fresh set today. That is another thing. I spent all that time searching for the nails that I like the best. I tried the acrylic. I've tried letting mine grow out. I've tried the powder. Now I found these. I love them. I feel best in them. And it's perfect. I hated sitting there getting my nails done. I hated it. Matter of fact, anytime I get a manicure, I ask them, can they do it while I'm getting a pedicure, because I hate sitting in that chair so bad. So this is just perfect for me, where other people love getting their nails done. And I could go into a whole other category on that, and I will, on different things that different people do that they enjoy. So we'll talk about that one later. And so anything else? Oh, my fragrance today is Bobbi Brown Beach, even though it is pouring down rain outside. I wish I was at the beach. And that's it. And I just put, I don't have any tanner on, but I used that Tarte tanner. It is so good. That bronzer, it is such a good product. You have to try it. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you back here on Friday. Bye-bye.